women become sexy in different ways as they grow older and they know themselves. And I think the 20s for everyone is about getting to know yourself. But there's something sexy about that, but there's something even more sexy about saying, oh, this is who I am, take it or leave it, you know?
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title of this video, I had the opportunity to interview the super rock star Shruti Hassan. She was amazing, she was lovely. This opportunity is something that I could only dream of, and so I was super duper excited. The interview went well. She's amazing and she's such a sweetheart, and I just really love her, how she approaches things, how she talks, how outspoken she is, and how honest and kind she is. And it was just such a fangirl moment for me. I was literally shaking throughout the interview, so if I looked nervous or if I looked like I was doing anything, it's because I was super duper nervous. But first and foremost, I want to thank Radhika so much for making this opportunity possible. She reached out to Shruti's manager and got them to email me, and so this opportunity was true once again because of you, and I am super duper grateful. And I listen, I could not imagine this, but the interview was great, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Please share, please like, and please comment, and I hope that as a fan of Shruti, if you're watching this, I hope you enjoy the interview and you got to know more about her. And yeah, I'm so excited for this, and I really want to say I'm such an amateur when it comes to interviewing people, but I really tried. Subscribe and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ThatVickyGirl. Until next time guys, bye.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So first and foremost, I have the utmost pleasure of interviewing the multi-talented, the beautiful, outspoken, honest, and super rock star Shruti Hassan. Both a force to be reckoned with in the acting world and singing scene. I am honored and a big fan. I must say, I have been binge watching a couple of your interviews in the past couple of weeks, and I've become a total big fan. Like, I feel like I didn't really know you as much before, but just hearing your interviews, hearing how you think about certain topics, how honest, how outspoken you are, like, you're such a superstar, like a rock star, a badass. I love it. And
Thank you.
Like,
That's such a lovely introduction.
Yeah.
Can I take you everywhere so you can like introduce me like this at parties?
Yeah. No, but honestly, like, I really mean it. I really like your personality, and so when I got the opportunity to be able to interview it, I was literally like,
Oh, my pleasure, love.
Yes, you look so gorgeous, and yeah, I'm just gonna go. Are you ready?
Ready?
Okay. So first and foremost, also congratulations. I heard that you won the most desirable woman of 2020 in Hyderabad Times. How does that feel?
It feels good at 35, darling. I'm like, yeah. Wait till you get here. You know? No, honestly, it's I won it, I think, the first time in Chennai and Hyderabad when I was in my 20s, and I was all like, and you know, I was feeling myself and all of that, and it felt like, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're young, we're hot, you know, that was the vibe.
Yeah.
But the vibe of being called desirable especially after taking a break.
Yeah.
And actually being told off by a lot of people and put down to get it back was amazing. And I was like,
you deserve it. You deserve it so much.
No, I don't know if I deserve it, but I felt like it wasn't just for me. It was like, for me, it felt like, look, I'm 35, and this is when, you know, life really started for me in my 30s. I don't think I knew my butt from my elbow in my 20s. You know, I was figuring out a lot of stuff. I see other 20-year-olds and I'm like, wow, they're really smart. I was so slow to figure out life, you know. So for me, my life really started in my 30s. And I don't think it's just India. I think, you know, there's this vanity price tag attached with an expiry date that comes specifically with women. And I feel that women become sexy in different ways as they grow older and they know themselves. And I think the 20s for everyone is about getting to know yourself. But there's something sexy about that, but there's something even more sexy about saying, oh, this is who I am, take it or leave it, you know?
Exactly.
And so I'm really honored to have, you know, got it at this time in my life and career.
Yeah, but you know, it for me, I feel like it wasn't only just about looks. I feel like you're also really like your personality, you know what I mean, and your opinions. You said this quote in one of your interviews, and you said beauty isn't going to last. Personality, opinion, ideas is what people will remember. And I really like that. Like I just felt like that is kind of like the complete package of everything. And society has placed so much importance on looks, and that's not all of it, you know. That's not the
yeah
thing.
I guess the good thing is you don't need Botox for your ideas. They'll always be fresh. So you got to work on that stuff, really.
Yeah. Oh man, that's amazing. Congratulations. Proud of you. Okay,
thank you, love.
Yes. So yeah, and like gearing right into it, you have been so vocal about mental health and anxiety. And I think that's one of the things I also love about you, how honest you are about basically speaking about your struggles, your pain. And, you know, with whole COVID situation, especially with how bad the situation really is in India right now, it's hard. You know, it must have been hard for the past year, the past couple of months. And so like, what have you been doing as far as maybe a tip or something that has kind of kept you grounded in the midst of all of this?
For me, Vicky, the thing was that I already started mental awareness and growth for myself before, because for me, I suffered very much like with anxiety. It was crippling. And then I was using substitute things to deal with it, you know, including, you know, maybe alcohol, which all of us do, because it's just freely available, you know. And I felt like I was dealing with everything in secret, right? So that kind of went away from my life. I was like, I have nothing to lose now. You know, it really felt like that. I was like, I've reached the bottom of the ocean. I can only kick up from here, you know, and that's really the depth of which I'd reached with myself. So I had already started the process, but so I'm very grateful that I was a little more in touch with myself when this happened. I was talking to a friend today and I was like, mate, do you think we would have made it out this good if this had happened 4 years ago? And we were like, probably not. Like, I'm so blessed that this happened at a time where I could deal with it, and I don't live with family, and you know, so it was really challenging. And what I tried to do is start to talk about it, only because I wanted to remove the stigma from it, you know, where people feel, is there something wrong with me? Why am I not able to cope? And family says, but we're here. Why can't you talk to us? Especially Indian families, or any family or friends, you know. So I thought that the way I was coping with it was actually checking on the people I love, talking about what I was going through as a conversation starter, saying, oh, I'm so glad that I could talk to someone. I have a therapist that I talk to every week. So they'll be like, oh, do you have a therapist? And it was just really very gently introducing what had helped me in my life. Because if I were to call someone and say, listen, darling, I think you have like some stuff going on. Do you want to talk to a therapist? They'll be like, no. You know? So, there was a way. And for me, the last lockdown was very different to this one. The last one was everyone's like, let's work out, let's do this. And then, you know, New York and Italy was going through it, and China. And India wasn't. And this time in India, it hit so close to home. I lost one of my dearest friends, you know, and it hit so close to the bone this time. And there was no, come, let's work out, let's make souffle, let's try. No, it was like questioning, why has our system broken down like this? What could we have done, learning from the last the last lockdown? And it was about, for me, it was about connecting to the larger emotion, you know, and learning to feel compassion and not get numb. Like, oh, 900 people died today. Like, you become like that with the news, right? So to stay connected to the entire human spirit. I know it sounds a bit like foo-foo, but that's really, you completely, you know. So I coped better this time because I had to deal with the reality of it.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Definitely.
I'm also condolences to your friend that you lost.
Not just me, I'm sure you and so many people in
Yeah.
America, England,
It's
Australia,
yes.
India, everywhere.
It's
It's just been a rough time.
It's been
Yeah.
rough. Yeah, it's been rough.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to see that you're doing well and you're coping well throughout these hard
Thank
times.
you.
Hopefully it gets better for everyone and the vaccine just starts rolling out. Hopefully.
I know.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I just say put it in the water supply. Drink it.
You know what? That's a good idea. But I'm sure many people.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it works that way.
Yeah. And like you're into that, you're equally great at acting and singing. And so I guess my question for you is which one makes you feel more at home? Like, you're good at singing, you're good at acting, but like what really this is where you're completely yourself in the way? Like, is it with acting? Is it both? Singing?
I think it was definitely music first. Not just singing, but not singing alone, because I've sung for other people and I'm like, la, 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 and I'm like, okay. But when I'm singing my own words, and I feel it's a very spiritual experience for me. That's my healing, that's my meditation, that's my spirituality. I felt closest to something above us when I sit and practice at the piano for no reason other than to create and to sing. And then the words that come out and the feeling that comes out, it's so pure to me. So that can't happen with acting, only because it's another kind of a medium, and there is another story and another person's life and another dialogue and another being that you're trying to create, right? But what acting gives me is, it took me a long time to fall in love with it, but was understanding of human emotion, not just my human emotion, but the spectrum of human emotions. It took me, I know people think actors are the most self-centered. It's possibly true, but it's also so selfless in the way you have to surrender to creating somebody else's life. And that's so different from writing your own music and, speaking from inside Shruti, or Vicky, or Jay-Z rapping. It's just different to that when you're acting, because you have a responsibility to this other person. Really.
Exactly. Yeah, and I've heard some of your songs, Edge and Wash Me Away, and the lyrics are very deep and almost very personal. And I really love the sultriness and like the rock star-ish of your whole style. Like, it's like something different and new. And I can definitely see that you enjoy it. I've seen your live performances. It seems like you come alive when you sing and when you write these music. So like I think you're doing great. And
thank you.
In that scene, yes.
Thank you.
And so when did you become interested in music? Was it something like you were young and you just kind of like
very young? Yeah. I sang for the first time for a movie when I was 5 years old. And then so I didn't even know what was going on and how important it was and how important the people were. I was like, this is fun, and then I sang, I remember, in Singapore for like 80,000 people when I was 6 years old. And they were just little bobbleheads. Like, they just looked like, I remember thinking could I run over them?
Wow.
Could I bounce off of their head? Because there were so many. But I did, even though I was really young, I did feel something really amazing, kind of like eating chocolate for the first time when you're a kid and you're like, I want to do this forever, It felt like that. Or like when you kiss someone for the first time, you're like, I like this. I'd like to do this again.
Yeah, the buttery.
It's such and the reason I'm saying it felt as visceral and as real and as emotional as a first kiss, or like chocolate, or how something feels. So I was so young, and I remember singing and hearing and feeling that applause, and I remember seeing faces change in the audience, and I was like, I really like this, and it was from such a pure place. And so I think that's what kind of propelled me into music. And I always thought it was only going to be music. I never had plans to become an actor. So I just always thought, that's it. I'm going to be a musician. And I always say, because I had no plans to be an actor, I'm so happy, because when I was studying in LA, I wanted to get an entire sleeve, like my entire arm tattooed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been like zero in an acting career. Can you imagine? Like a
Oh my
full sleeve.
God.
I mean, that would be dope. That would be really good, but no.
But no,
No,
unfortunately.
no.
I mean, you would have to spend like hours in makeup.
I mean, I already suffer enough with this, and I
Yeah.
put makeup on it, and it gets on my co-stars, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can imagine. I can imagine. Well, that's good. I mean, wow, you started really young. I mean, you started
yeah.
in this career for a really long time. And so when you look back at your career, like what do you hope to achieve? Like what do you hope for people to remember you by? And like what do you want more going forward? You know what I mean? Like what are your next goals, ambitions?
I just feel that I can't over plan, and that's the thing I've learned. I can only plan to keep getting better and keep working harder, you know.
Yeah.
And also balance out my mental health and my personal time with my professional time, which is something I never used to do before. So it's just to keep getting better, to work harder, and to learn new things. Um, I'm sure there's people who look at my career and think that mine's better. I look at others and think, gosh, they're so smart, they're better. But this isn't a competition.
It's not.
Like all you can do, I think, in any job, whether you're an actor or working in an accounting firm, is just do your best and be honest to yourself about how you feel about your work. And we all have days, even in the jobs we love, that we're like, oh, not this.
I feel that.
Yeah. We all have that. We all have that. Even I feel extremely blessed to be an actor and musician and to be in the creative arts. But yeah, sure, there's days where I'm just like, could be 5 a.m. or that annoying person. God knows there's one annoying person everywhere, and you're like, yeah, they're just like the gift, the universe gifts you them. So, whatever it is, it's just, I'm very honest about why I'm working and what I want to do with it, just on a day-to-day basis. Because that cumulatively, I can't tell you what I want people to feel. I can only say that if I give it positive energy every single day, one itty bitty tiny little bit at a time, hopefully it'll be a huge mountain of whatever it's supposed to make people feel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I actually hold that same belief. I tend to not plan for the future as much, only because I feel like sometimes when you plan, you create expectations for yourself that you end up not living in the moment, and you're just looking for this. Yeah,
And not only that, you block the universe from maybe giving you, because you become so adamant that you may block yourself from going on a path that the universe was meant to take you on, which you didn't even plan for, you know?
It's just best to kind of let things sometimes happen naturally.
Yeah,
I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like that. So in that aspect, you've worked in both the Hindi and the South cinema. Is there a specific difference that you've noticed between, both cinemas?
No, not really. I just have to say that, it depends from crew to crew and team to team.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll say is the food is always better in the South of India.
Yeah.
Like, the on-set catering is like much better.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bollywood.
I've heard that Hyderabad has the best biryani, and I want to taste it so bad.
It is so. The food in Hyderabad is just exquisite. Yeah.
Oh man. So I guess your friends want to know, what is your daily routine like? Like, what are some of the things you have to do or have daily to make your day function? Mine is coffee, but like
I don't.
Yeah, I heard.
First of all, I can't drink coffee. I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I like physically cannot drink it.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel that for me, my schedule's a bit whack in lockdown, and I think a lot of people feel this. We end up staying up later than we normally would, and so that's a bit of a shit show. But other than that, I like to have English breakfast tea every morning.
Such an English.
Breakfast tea with walnut and rice milk. I'm very specific. Yeah. That's my favorite non-dairy milk is walnut or rice milk. That's like my favorite. So I have my English breakfast tea, and then I need to work out a little bit or move around a little bit every day for sure. I don't feel mentally good on the days that I don't do physical work. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So workout.
Yeah. So those are my two must-have. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. I'm also trying to like gear into working out more daily. It's such a it releases endorphins and it's just as good for you.
Oh yeah, it's just good for you.
Yeah. I think I'll take your notes on that. I'll try to get better. And as far as just that goes, do you have any new music or movies coming out, or just something?
I do. I do have music coming out, and it was ready, but I wanted to wait because we're going through such a difficult time in the country right now. I don't think it's appropriate. So there is music coming out, and there's some stuff on the OTT platforms, like online web series that I'm doing, which I'm excited about. And the other films, I'm really glad to be one of the only people to have had releases in 2021, which was like really amazing. And the first part of the year before we locked down again. So now I think I'll have to wait a while because we haven't had the chance to finish anything. So I'm just in the process of that. And even with my music, there's one song coming up, but then again, we're planning, how do we shoot the next? How do we record it? Like it's a bit of a nightmare really, but slowly and steadily, I think we'll start having, and I will start having more workout.
Life has been put on a pause in a way. It's definitely changed life as we know it, and I think going forward things will definitely be different, but the little that we can do is good. So we have more time for rapid fire round. Yay. So I'm just gonna ask you, like, you know how it works, just a few questions you just answer. So obviously chai or coffee. You don't like coffee, so chai.
And I don't even like chai, actually. I don't like the Indian milky chai. What I really love is very diluted English breakfast tea, which means milk very little bit, and non-dairy. But with milk, what I really love is Thai tea, like the silent condensed milk. But that messes me up, so I can have only one of those.
That's good. Who's your favorite singer, male and or female? English, Indian, whatever.
English, I really love Tori Amos. I think she's one of my favorite musicians and vocalists, because I think, and Fiona Apple as well.
Fiona.
Yeah, I think they're like actors with their voice, they're not just singers. And in the men, I really actually love. I love Maynard from a band called Tool, and I like Kurt Cobain and Trent Reznor.
You're an old soul.
And my all-time favorite performer vocally has always been Chris Cornell from Audio Slave and Soundgarden.
What about Indian singer?
Indian. So in Indian singing, I obviously grew up around, had the privilege of being around her. I think Asha Bhosle is one of the greatest female vocalists. She's legendary, amazing. And then when I was growing up, I think Sunidhi Chauhan had like the most different voice in Bollywood. And I really personally, my favorite voice is Bombay Jayashree, who's more famous in Tamil and stuff. And she's a classical singer.
I need to check out these singers.
You must.
Okay, what is your favorite movie? Like, of all time, if you have one.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is my favorite film.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, I've watched a lot of amazing cinema, classics, this, that, everything, and I love so many movies. But there was something about this film that just went in so deep, and I love the performances. I love the narrative style. It just really appealed to me. It was beautiful.
If you have a favorite book, do you have one? Like, what is your favorite book of all time?
Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. Yeah,
Oh,
it is. I love that book.
yeah. I haven't heard of
Yeah,
that book. I haven't heard of that book.
I know it's a bit old.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's a bit old, but I think it's really inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good. Well, that was all for rapid fire round. Before I let you go, though, was there any message you wanted to give to your fans? Just any encouragement, words, tips for just everything going on so far?
I think it's just I would just say that I don't know what each and every person is going through, and I can't say, oh well, this should work. All I can say is that each of us have a way of facing our demons and overcoming our anxieties, and I would just say that you have to find your own way to do that, because this is an extremely challenging time, and is to have the compassion for those around you that you have missed or wanted so much in your life. I think that's about it. That's pretty general, I think.
No, it's
Yeah.
good. It's a good advice.
Yeah.
It's good advice. And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan.
Thank you.
And being able to talk to you, interview you is such a surreal moment. And I am grateful.
My pleasure.
And yeah, you look gorgeous. I love your outfit. Just the entire look. It's really, really good. And
Thank you.
Yes. I wish well for you, and I can't wait for your next songs, your next projects, and whatever happens. And I'm so glad that you had the time to give me this opportunity, and I can't wait to see more of you in the future. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Take care and stay safe.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
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 So that was it for the interview. I really loved it. It was really a surreal moment for me, and I just can't stop fangirling. She looked super gorgeous, and she was just such a sweetheart, and there was so much I wanted to ask her, so much I wanted to talk to her about, but my brain was literally on like zombie mode half the time, because I was like freaking out, like I'm literally talking to a superstar. But Shruti is amazing, and honestly I think I've become a bigger fan, an even bigger fan, just kind of talking to her and kind of getting to know her throughout this past couple weeks. And so once again, I really send my love and regards to each and every one of you guys in India. We're praying and hoping for safety, for life to kind of get back to normal, and I hope that things just work in place. And so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Do comment below what was your favorite part, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you share this and like it. Until next time guys, bye.